Test.
Test. Testes. Balls.
Oh, what the hell?
Test. Okay.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we
Yay! Welcome back, everybody.
I was like, are you gonna talk or what are you
Who's going
doing?
first here?
Well, I mean, normally you, but. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Cake is a Lie. My name is Adam S.C. Sampson.
Johnny 525.
Mute guy over here that doesn't want to talk, apparently.
No.
So what's up, man? What have you been playing?
I played some Titanfall.
Did you?
Yeah. I've been
Is that
out
a-
of town all weekend, so
Oh, where you went out
I
town?
went to Spokane.
Okay, what did you do there?
The wife dragged me to Wicked. Musical play.
How was that?
It was fun. It was good.
So it's called Wicked. It's a play?
Yeah, it's a play. You haven't heard of Wicked?
No.
No. It's a twist on Wizard of Oz. It follows the witches,
Okay.
and it basically it's a story about the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch, and I guess you could put it as their time in college,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. Or their time
So is it
in
like it's set?
sorcery
So
school.
it's set in modern time?
No, it's set just before the Wizard of Oz, the movie.
Oh,
And
okay,
It
okay.
starts off with the Wicked Witch is dead, and then one of the little people. The
Oompa Loompas?
no, that's Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
Oh, what the fuck?
Um,
The Oompa Loompa looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, the Munchkins.
Munchkins, yes.
The Munchkins. One of the Munchkins is like, we heard that you and the Wicked Witch used to be friends, and she's like, let me tell you a story. And it's fun. It's a comedy. It's funny and it's good. It's a pretty popular play. It's been around for a while. So we went and saw it up in Spokane.
So you had a weekend away from the kids?
I did. Full weekend in Spokane, no kid.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's probably doesn't happen very often.
that's like first time it's ever.
I have never officially been away from my kid since he's been born for more than other than daycare, I guess, but at night.
Yeah.
Work and daycare. That's about. Sometimes her sister will babysit, and we'll get to go to like
Right.
dinner. And every time we go to dinner and then we go to a movie, we always are like struggling to not fall asleep during the movie because it's
Right.
like, oh god, it's 10 o'clock. I'm so tired. I'm 100 years old apparently.
Right.
But
Yeah, so I didn't play a whole lot. I was gonna try to pick up Wolfenstein and I opted not to.
dude, I really want to. I just don't have the money to buy it.
Yeah, I am gonna go pick up Watch Dogs when I get out of here though.
Really?
Yeah,
Eh.
I am. The little side mission mini games kind of sold me.
Did they?
Armored spider robot and running over zombie hordes in your car kind of sold me on it. So.
Well, we'll talk about that here soon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw I added a little bit more stuff
I did.
from what I
took a peek.
Well, there's more stuff that wasn't there earlier today that got added. Of course, the game's only been out for a couple
Right.
days, so right? Tuesday is when it came out?
Came out today.
Oh, did it come out today?
Came out today. Today is.
Oh, today is Tuesday. I am wow. Dude, this Monday thing, I'm not working on Monday, is really throwing off my week apparently. I don't know why I thought it was Thursday. That's super weird. So let's see, what did I play? I played a little Diablo 3. They got me hooked back in it.
Yeah.
Now that I got some decent gear and I can do some pretty good damage now. So I was still finding legendaries a little bit, even though the 100% legendary find was now off.
Right.
But they're thinking, I guess they're talking about maybe keeping it permanently, that kind of drop rate for the
Sure.
legendaries. So that would probably make me play a little more. I think I played a little Hearthstone, but I was really busy this weekend too. I didn't leave town, but
Right.
I had a barbecue, and then I went golfing yesterday. So yeah, I got a membership at the country club here. So
Ooh,
yeah,
fancy man.
it's not that well. They have
fancy man.
they have a pretty discounted rate for people our age. Well, my age. You're a little old, I think. No, till 35. So it's only like
I still got time.
it's only like $50 with like a $35 food credit. It's only $85 for unlimited golf.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, I can't really complain. I mean,
No.
you go anywhere and play 18 with a cart that you rented. You do it twice, you've spent $70. So
Right.
might as well just do that since I
Right.
plan on. And there's a pool there, so my kid, we can go
Oh.
swim with my kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw something today about a new card pack coming out for Hearthstone. You see anything about that?
I mean, there's an expansion coming out. I think we talked about it. I don't know if there's been a release date for it, but they definitely have been working on it for a little while now. I don't know when it's coming. I didn't see anything about it coming out like soon or having a release date. Usually that's pretty front page on the Battle.net launcher.
Right.
But I'm excited for that. It'll be basically an expansion. It's free, and you can get almost all the cards that are going to be coming out just from playing. It's just going to be like they're adding more like single player, and then as soon as it's supposed to be a little bit more difficult than the original single player was, because it was really just like a training mode, and past that then you go into multiplayer.
Right.
And
it's out of beta now, and it's
yeah, it's out of beta.
available.
It's full release. They actually have it released on the iPad too.
Right.
So, and eventually it's going to be released on Android devices as well.
Right. And is it free?
Yeah. I mean, there's microtransactions,
Right.
and if you get enough cards, you really don't. Like, I have 400 or 500 gold that I haven't spent on decks just because I don't really need any cards. There's cards I don't have, and there's cards that if I had, I could do different kinds of decks.
Sure.
But the kind of play style that I like to play, I pretty much have everything that I need.
Sure.
But I probably spent $100 in that game
Really?
buying decks. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, like any card game, I don't know. It's really hard to. I'm really impatient, and I'm impatient enough to where I have 100 wins, and I've played a decent amount of times, and I still wasn't getting cards very fast. Fast, and I mean, I had all the basic cards pretty fast, but there was quite a few legendaries that I wanted. You almost kind of pay to disenchant stuff so you can get legendary cards, or just hope for the best.
Right.
Some people get lucky, but I haven't.
I see.
But I've probably played that game 200 hours, so $100 for 200 hours worth of fun. It's not too bad,
No.
considering most people spend $60 for 7 hours worth of fun on a console game. So,
Right.
well, yeah, that's about all I did. Really, really busy. Where do you want to get started? Do you want to start
Start at
with
the top.
start with the PlayStation news?
Yeah, sure.
Not much there. Did you say gay station?
No.
Oh,
Why would
I would
do
never
that?
say that.
Ever.
Starting off with PlayStation.
They're getting preloading and all pre-order games starting with Destiny. So that's what, like September, October. September?
God, when is
That's still
the
like-
September 9th? So we got a while until it's
4 months out.
in.
That's not too bad.
Not 4. I mean, not too bad. But from then on, you'll be able to
I don't-
preload games.
I don't know why Microsoft and Sony didn't have preloading ready at launch.
No, I agree.
I,
It's not like that's.
it was kind of my understanding that,
That
it
it was-
would be.
Yeah, they did kind of talk about that a bit. That
Yeah.
capability, that it would be available. I mean, they didn't say at launch you'll have this, but it was almost implied a little bit. I feel like at E3.
I felt like it was too.
I don't know. We talked about this. I feel like we've beaten the horse to death about how unprepared they were,
Right.
and that they rushed everything. And that's something you don't get if you rush. You don't have the
But
final things.
I do like the way that I mean, Microsoft has been right there with updates. I mean,
Oh, yeah, with console updates.
Every 2 weeks, I swear, there's an update, and they're tweaking something, giving you something you've been looking forward to, and I joined the update preview program, so I get them a little bit faster than everybody else.
You kind of got like a little beta preview of it or something.
Basically,
You test it.
So like everybody that's gonna get the new stuff next month, I got 2 days ago. I have external hard drive support now.
Oh, I heard
they added that, and
I didn't realize they were doing that soon.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's coming to everybody in June, in like a week or two. For all us preview owners, we got it a couple days ago. It started I think Saturday. I have auto sign in now, which I kind of missed. On my 360, I could have it set to when I turned my 360 on, it signed into my account.
Oh yeah, and if you wanted something else, somebody else was playing, then you can sign you out.
Sign in, but
that makes sense. I mean, who wants to?
And so, like with my Xbox One, every time I turned it on, it just went to a default kind of blank homepage, and then I'd have to sign in.
Computer's fucking going crazy.
Yeah, here. So now I have that. I'll turn my Xbox on. It automatically be signed into my account, which
Nice.
probably wouldn't have been a big deal, but I made my wife an account a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she never uses it. But I thought for the one, because they went with the family gold now.
Mhm.
So if I have a gold account, everybody on my Xbox has a gold account, so I don't have to have separate.
Oh,
gold
yeah,
accounts
yeah,
for everybody
yeah.
anymore.
No, that's
So,
really nice.
Because you needed gold to watch Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that, which we won't here next month. You won't need gold for that anymore. But up until now, you have needed it. So I made her an account thinking, she could use hers, and then my friends wouldn't see me online and think, oh, John's online, he can play.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah,
but she
yeah.
fucking used it, so it was kind of
So it was pointless anyways. Didn't work. I really wish they would have added that feature to the 360.
Yeah, the family gold.
Well, just anyone on the console can
Right.
do whatever they want.
I'm not sure if they changed it or if they made that exclusive to the one now. I feel like they
they
changed
did.
it in general.
No, it's only on the
It's
one.
Really?
Yeah, when we were talking about it last week, that was one of the things they said that isn't changing that for the 360. As far as I understand, the 360 still wasn't getting the family thing.
Right.
It'll still get the Netflix stuff.
Right.
The streaming changes, I think,
Right.
but not the. I'm assuming that it just isn't. I think they would have to change a lot of stuff in
Maybe.
the back end part of the programming.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of ridiculous that I shouldn't if I have got heaven forbid I had 3 kids that all wanted to play Xbox, it would that's
on their own profile.
on their own profile. You're looking at $180 a year for them. Plus
Which
myself.
isn't
It's
that
not
bad, but that's still pretty
it's-
expensive.
If everybody renews
When-
at the same time, you're looking at $220 or
Well, and especially you are purchasing the game
right,
and you're purchasing the console.
right.
The fact that I understand the service costs money because they're doing other stuff that you didn't pay for.
Right.
You didn't do that much stuff you didn't pay for.
But now, everybody's got microtransactions out of the woo-ha now.
Yeah.
Even fucking the brand new Call of Duty, like every 2 weeks, we've got a new set of microtransactions available to us.
Yeah, if you don't have if you're not buying the season pass.
No, you don't get microtransactions with the season pass. Season pass is strictly for the map pass.
Oh, I didn't realize that they had something separate.
Yeah.
What's
so,
the microtransactions in that game?
They're gun camos, they're character customizations, and there's a ton of them with Ghost.
Oh, of course they have the
Yeah.
space now to do it.
Yeah.
They actually have the available RAM.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Although you would think that if the game was good enough, it wouldn't have that available RAM. If the graphics were good enough. I understand they
Right.
did it on purpose, but it's always I always love that. We don't have any available RAM.
Right.
Like what? Okay. I guess we can jump to some PC news.
So you're getting Capture the Flag back.
Yay!
Titanfall.
Yeah, they're basically saying we'll bring it back, but we're changing it a little bit. Just how Capture the Flag works. The Titans aren't going to be able to carry the flags anymore.
Oh.
It's only going to be person only. So I think that'll.
Woo-ha.
So that's one of the big changes, but people are still going to have shitty queue times for it.
Yeah.
No one's still going to play it.
Yeah.
But, and then there's some matchmaking updates, and in general, I didn't really go through all of it because it was really long, and I don't play the game, and I didn't know what they were changing. But there's a bunch of changes happening, so if you really care about the super specifics, it's readily available to you. Just go to their website. I forgot that had another spot for the.
Well, we can lump it all.
Yeah, we'll lump it all together. So
Steam Machines probability
delayed.
Fuck.
So there is. I think we're gonna say that 4 things are delayed till 2015. And last week we talked about 2 things that are delayed until 2015, like big games that they've released trailers for and shit. You're like, really? You're delaying this game?
In all fairness, The Evil Within, which is one of the 4 things we were going to talk about being delayed this week, is only getting delayed till October. And I'm not even sure when they had that initially slated for release. So.
Oh, okay. So that one's not too bad.
That one's not too bad.
So those guys aren't going to get the axe from my, not the axe from me, but you know what I mean. Like
the mini rant.
Yeah, the mini rant about. I mean, I don't give a shit if your game comes out in 2015.
Right.
Just plan better.
Right.
Don't
rather
blow your load on.
I would much rather have an announcement, get excited about the game. 2 weeks later, get a decent trailer. 2 weeks later, get some extra footage, trailers. Keep me excited for like 3 months, and then drop the fucker.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need 2 years of.
There's only one excuse. If you're at E3 and you're talking about the game for the first time and you're giving minor gameplay or something you have finished, and then you say 2015 or 2016,
right.
So then I know from then on that it's gonna fucking be in 2016 or 2015. Like I'm not 3 months, and then it's delayed 7 months. You're like,
right.
I mean, I don't care if you tease. Just don't tease too much, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
don't tease so early, and then give a release date, and then a month later be like, yeah, we're not gonna make that.
The fact that you wouldn't wait until E3 to even talk about it is just funny to me.
Yeah.
Like you have this humongous, millions of people are watching it, either on the internet, on DirecTV, or they're there.
Right.
Maybe not millions, hundreds of thousands of people watching it.
Quite a few people watch it, yeah.
Yeah, E3's fucking humongous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say millions, and then you give a little information. You get all that advertise. I mean, I know it costs money to be there. I'm assuming, but I don't know. You're not gonna get me pissed off at your game a year before it comes out. How do you think I'm gonna feel in 2015 when you start talking about it again? I'm like, it's just gonna infuriate me more.
I was really excited for The Evil Within. I was really excited for it. I was looking forward to a good survival horror, and today they're like, here's some new gameplay footage, and here's an advertising scheme we're gonna go with, similar to the Dead Space. Watch people be freaked out by this game.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're gonna delay it till October, which I think they delayed it to October 21st.
So almost the end of the month.
Which is exactly the same day that Evolve is going to come out. Big mistake.
Yeah, Evolve looks like it's going to be very popular.
Yeah, Evolve's gonna sell a lot of copies, and a lot of people aren't going to drop $120 on 2 games in one day. And I mean, you're not going to play them both. So
it's pushed back. It was supposed to come out in August. It's coming out in October. So 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
I mean, it was supposed to be the end of August, so that's not too bad of a delay. 2 months is at least. I feel like I haven't seen that much about this game yet. I mean, there's been stuff about it, but it's not. I feel like it hasn't. Like Watch Dogs was super hyped up, and then it was like delayed 6 months.
They haven't hyped it very much, and I read some good and some bad on it today, but.
And what's funny about the other game that's being delayed, the Order 1886, till 2015. They released a decent amount of they released a 2-minute gameplay video this week or last week, and I was like, I'm a little excited about this game. I mean,
it's great.
I know it's a cover system game, but from what I read about people that have done more in-depth research on what the game's going to really be about, there's quite a bit of like there's some detective work in there. Like there's a lot of other shit in there. But people were flaming it so bad. I wonder if that's why they're like, wow, maybe we got to go back to the drawing board with some stuff and delayed it a little bit. I don't know. I really hope that they're not just catering to the vocal minority, because most of those people that complain about videos and stuff are fucking idiots anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that was all we were going to complain about for being delayed. Steam Machine is just. I don't know why that's. I mean, we talked about that at last E3. They had like playable versions of it.
Well,
That's also
you've
what's also
got-
weird is the fact that
they're
it's.
allowing everybody to make their own machine.
I know it's really just the hardware.
Which
That
is just,
apparently the hardware is being. It's the hardware that's being delayed.
that's weird.
Or not hardware, the software. I mean,
Software.
but
I don't know. I don't know.
to be honest, with the thing they announced last week with the Steam over network, basically, I don't know how much Steam machines are going to be even necessary. If you have a beast machine, you can just use that and then stream it over the network.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I can already do that. I just need to build a computer,
Right.
connect it to my TV, connect a controller to it, and then
Yeah.
just play it through the TV if I wanted to do that.
Right. But I mean, the whole point of the Steam machine is for us console guys that just don't have the knowledge or the patience to build a beast machine.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to build a beast machine to even have a working Steam machine for your
Right.
TV, but I don't know. This drives me nuts.
So Xbox One with Kinect and a Forza 5 download and a bonus choice
It's
of game is going to be how much? $119 savings. That's what, $500 still they're going to
why
call.
the fuck did this not load?
But they're going to give us.
Really? How did that not go to Walmart.com? That was really weird. And it's 2K14 or Ghost.
Oh, really?
So actually, decent game.
Well, Ghost is a decent game, but 2K14 was kind of broke.
Well, I just mean games that are newer.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Launch titles
But that's that's the stock price. You're getting 2 games.
for $4.99. Yeah, $119 savings. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's for 500.
For $5.
I'm assuming they're wanting to get rid of the Xbox One with Kinect consoles so they can not lose as much money and release
they'll still.
I know,
They'll
but
still sell the Kinect versions, and they'll sell Kinect separately. And you're stupid if you think the Kinect's going to be $100 separately.
that'll be 120.
It's going to be $120. It's going to cost you more to. Put
How much was the original Kinect separately? Wasn't it 120?
I want to say at launch it was like $150.
And then it dropped maybe
And
to
then it
120.
dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it's still going to be a better deal if you still want the Kinect to get it as a bundle.
Yeah.
It just always will be. Oh.
We already talked to Valve. I lumped that in with.
Oh yeah. Well, they did the release date in October. So.
All right, let's talk Watch Dogs.
So okay, the first review I saw was IGN's review,
Uh-huh.
and I read it and I was like, "You guys got fucking paid for this review." I feel like
Really?
they had nothing negative to say, and it was all.
Really?
I don't know. Of course, I have not played it. I just was reading through it and I was like, I don't know if I trust this review. I don't know if I trust the 8.4 is not really that high, but like the first 5 paragraphs I read, I was like, apparently this game is amazing because like they talked it up so much in the review, but they only gave it an 8.4.
Right.
Which is
You
really.
think so? See, I didn't have that impression at all. I read about half the review before I skipped to the score, and
Maybe I didn't read far enough to where the negative
negative
stuff happened.
well, the negative that I read was our protagonist Aiden Quinn is pretty much just lifeless.
No, yeah, definitely. That's I got.
So
You get that from when he starts talking. He's like,
right.
"Are you a
You
version
just
of a?"
don't care about him at all, and you know how hard it is to play a game where you don't care about. Your
Yeah,
main
he's like a
character?
bland Christian Bale playing
Right.
Batman.
That's what it sounds like. So,
And I'm talking in a really deep voice,
right.
but I have no personality.
But I watched a little bit of IGN's Let's Play and Q&A. I think must have been Thursday when they were streaming on Twitch. I watched some of that, and those guys that were playing it were just having a blast.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Um,
maybe when it's working properly and you're playing it on a console, it's pretty fun. But
Sure.
apparently,
Yeah,
according to
PC.
PC, they've been having a lot of issues, and that's,
PC's been having
to
a
be
lot of
honest, that's just thanks to their shitty login software
issues. Right.
that they apparently. I don't know why people like they sell it on Steam, but then don't use Steam's anti-cheat software. They have their own stuff that you have to log in through.
Right.
They did the same thing with Rayman Legends.
No.
Same basic thing where you're using their system, which it wasn't that good for Rayman Legends either. It's almost like how Origins used to be before they got a little bit better.
Right.
How it was just like, oh god, I have to play through your fucking system. Why isn't your game on Steam? Oh, it's because you own this and it's your game.
Right.
But I mean, maybe they'll get better. They've only been doing it for I don't know.
But one
A
of
year or so.
I was on the fence, and I'm still like, I'm gonna go get it after I leave here, but I'm still not like 100% sold. Just because it
I'm
seems,
totally gonna illegally download it at some point.
It seems, it still seems a lot like Grand Theft Auto to me, but from what I watched, it looked alright, and I got really excited about some of the, I want to call them mini games, but they're not really mini games. It's like the one main mini game is a hacking mini game, which you would expect, but they only force you to do that for like significant hacks. And it only happens a few times in the game.
And it's
you're not
pretty
just,
easy,
like,
I hear.
annoyed by it. It's pipes.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much is what it is. You know, so you turn the connector and your flow goes.
Oh, so it's basically that one game I used to play where you would start the flow and you have to move all the pipes to get to the end.
That's basically that's basically what it is.
God, I remember playing that
but
game.
they've got these other, I don't know if I guess they're kind of challenge missions or challenge modes, and it really seems like you can play them more just for fun whenever you want, rather than they're not integrated into the game. But one is Spider Tank, where you've got this giant mechanized spider that you just terrorize Chicago with.
And obviously, it's not part of like when you're done with it, it doesn't affect your single player
stuff.
stuff.
I don't think so.
It's kind of a for shits and
I think
gigs.
it's just kind of for shits and grins. I'm sure there's probably a couple achievements tied into it.
Yeah.
And there's another one where you run over zombie hordes in your car. And I want to say there was even like 2 or 3 more. There's like 4 or 5 of these little
side
challenge type mini games, and those just looked like an absolute blast.
Well, that's actually pretty cool. I don't know. I bet it probably deserves an 8.
Well, that's kind of the average. I mean, everybody I looked at Game Informer, and I think they gave it an 8. Destructoid gave it like a 7 or a 7.4 or something, and Kotaku gave him like an 8. So the average was right around 8.
Yeah, I just feel like 8.4 was a little generous.
Check Metacritic.
Well, I kind of wanted to wait till the game went out a little bit longer, but
It's going to get blasted by fans. I mean, all the reviews are in, so
I guess that's
you're
true.
going to have your main reviews, and then you're going to have your trolls. So we can see what the trolls think about it today.
The Last of Us. What the fuck am I thinking about?
Scroll up to the top. It's going to be 82. Yeah, so it's got an average of 8.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, like I said, yeah.
So user scores is 6. 572.
Yeah, that's not very many.
So.
I did want to, now that we're talking about the game, I wanted to bring some humor into it. I don't know, did you actually read what I just put it on there?
Didn't.
So these are reviews on Steam. My friend called the game Hot Dogs, and I can't get it out of my head. 10 out of 10. 0 out of 5. Didn't get a wash for any dogs. Game was highly disappointing. I thought I was gonna be able to dog watching simulator. I was looking forward to feeding and bathing my virtual dogs. Game didn't even recognize Windows 7 and wouldn't start. 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Can't get past the first loading screen without either Watch Dogs itself crashing or my computer. Fuck you, Ubisoft. I don't know how many of these were on there, but most of them are complaining about Uplay.
Right.
And it not working properly on the PC. I did like the beginning ones about the washing my dog and watching a dog simulator. Pretty clever. So
That's funny.
thanks for a little bit of humor, PC players.
I saw an article on Kotaku about all the memes that are in Watch Dogs. I guess every time you hack a billboard, it changes to like a popular internet
Oh, does it?
meme.
Troll face or
No, it'll be like one does not simply hack a billboard.
Oh.
Or you mad bro, or all your base art belong to us. It's shit like that, which is kind of cute and clever and humorous. But I'm sure after you've hacked 50 billboards, you're kind of just like, all right, come on now. But
I think the last complaint people were having is, again, just the visuals and what it looks like comparatively what they presented at E3 last year.
yeah,
People, that was done on a PC.
mm-hmm.
SLI, PC. I think it had two 780s or something, or 770s. Like it was some crazy beast
Right.
machine, and it's not gonna look that good on a PS4. It's just not.
No.
It was a little bit bland on the textures and the particles. There wasn't as much stuff, but when it actually was raining and stuff, it looked really good.
Yeah.
So the weather looks pretty good, and once they do finally show, like when you do a pipe or something, and there's quite a bit of particles in the air, it looked pretty similar. The explosions looked similar. It was just a little bit of fog that was sitting in the air, or that kind of stuff, because it's Chicago.
Right.
It wasn't there in the PS4 version. It's not gonna ever be there on the PS4 version. You can't expect a console to ever look as good as a $3,000 built
Right.
PC. It's not gonna happen.
No.
So stop complaining about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it was a little. We all know they were a little bit.
Once all the
I don't know.
developers have everything dialed in with the new consoles, that's really when I'm going to be a lot more interested in comparison videos.
Yeah,
Like I understand that right now, the best I'm going to get is 792 with the Xbox One. It's slightly disappointing, but I mean, really, if the game's good, that's what I'm focusing on, and it looks better than my 360.
it looks significantly
So,
better than your.
It
It might be only a little bit better in resolution, I guess, but the texture resolution
right.
is going to be
Like
twice as good.
when Advanced Warfare comes out, if that's not 1080 or at least close, then I'll be upset. Because
Yeah.
they've been developing that for next gen console. They've had time to. figure it out.
They're going to have a full 2 years
Right.
of next gen being out before it's
Right.
released, and a full year previous.
Well, a full year of it being out.
Oh, I mean, I'm assuming they had the console.
Right. I'm sure they had the build kits.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what I was
Right.
implying.
Developer kits.
Yeah, the developer kits. I'm assuming they were the first people to get them. They have a shit ton of
Oh,
money.
sure. Yeah.
But I don't know. Watch Dogs. I will wait for your personal review on that
Okay.
game before I even think about buying
Yeah.
it.
We'll talk about it more next week.
Or the week after if you don't have it. I mean, I know you've been busy, so but if you buy it, you'll probably play it. I'm assuming.
Yeah, tomorrow's a little busy for me, but I'll play it. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll squeeze some time in.
Okay. Well,
So-
maybe you can record.
Not as much time as I'm going to squeeze in for EA Sports UFC when it comes out.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Transition.
you go ahead. It's your game.
We got last week. We got a little bit of gameplay, which we didn't talk. We talked about briefly, but we didn't show any. And today they released some gameplay from the women's side. In this, they wanted to focus on the submission game in EA Sports UFC and how it's different than what we're used to seeing. So, they gave us Ronda Rousey versus Misha Tate.
Ronnie Roddy Piper?
Rowdy Ronda Rousey. I'm not joking. And
Wait, what the fuck's her name?
her nickname is Rowdy.
Oh.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Oh, almost like
And she's known for her arm.
where'd the fence go?
When you're in this position, it disappears. So you
That's
don't
super
have-
weird.
It is a little weird, and like there. it comes
I
back.
understand why this one would disappear. Okay, now
It makes sense. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but in the video, it threw me off too right away.
well, I feel like it was disappearing too. Like this fence should not have been gone, but that one should have
Right.
been. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
that's how
I'm
I felt. And then it popped in. and
the
popped
game's
out.
not released yet, so
Right. So here they're talking about how the submission.
I'm
game's
assuming
gonna
they
work.
paused the game. Like it's a lot faster paced than what they're like
Yeah.
the decision making.
Yeah. See, here's how it's gonna.
Oh, okay. And the other person will
So,
basically fight back in the same.
Similar. You're both looking for cues. So like the defensive player, he kind of basically gets the point of order. He gets to start the process. So like you hit the button that says I want to do a submission, and this screen pops up for your opponent.
God, couldn't you just fucking go crazy with it and they wouldn't know what you're doing?
Kind of. I don't think you get to just fucking move in a circle. I think there's a little bit of refresh time.
Or is it
So-
if you start aside, if they
Yeah,
go
they're
against
moving
you?
pretty quick, but he's not just moving in a circle.
So how? So let's say
Okay, so
if I started with the left and then I went to the top, could you do the left one back towards you? Like, can you do ones that I'm not doing? Is he explaining it?
yeah, he is.
Well, it's not very loud.
But
During the fight will
Um,
affect how quickly and easily they will be able to lock in or escape a submission attempt. Every time Ronda advances the submission, Misha goes back to square one trying to escape. Misha must resist, blocking Ronda's progression at one of those stages, or she'll be forced to tap. It's as simple as
Fucking
that.
just broke her arm.
She's done it to her twice, actually.
Just keeps doing it.
She's broken in real life. She's broken.
Oh, she's broken her arm twice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's a little more difficult than the submission games we're kind of used to. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out. It's going to take some getting used to, because your opponent's going to be flicking one direction, and you have to kind of cut them off, because if they get that bar all the way to the outer edge of the ring, then they get out of the submission. So you got to keep them occupied long enough for your next step in the submission to come up.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also got to be watching for that visual cue, because that's going to be a left thumbstick move. And when that visual cue pops up, you hit it in time, then you go on to the next stage of the submission. But you're going to be fighting them the whole time, and you've also got to watch that second visual to pop up. So it's interesting. It looks a little, it looks more balanced.
I
than
really
we've
hope
seen in the past.
I really hope that they add in some sort of spectator mode, because if the game's going to be as good as at least you think it is, and I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll be pretty fun to watch.
It would be.
And if there's not a spectator mode, what's that?
That's what Twitch is for.
No, what I mean is being able to do tournaments. If you don't have a spectator mode, you can't really do tournaments effectively, because you either have to be in person or you're only watching one point of view.
Right.
So if you can spectator mode, then one person can just watch the match from both. They're not just from one person's perspective. It's just from the perspective of the fight being matched, and then can shoutcast it. Then you can actually have tournaments,
I got you.
online tournaments.
Right.
And then that would bring on in-person ones where you could still do spectating mode, but, have actual crowds and that kind of stuff. Not that I'm saying it'll be that popular, but
Yeah.
you can't get games that popular unless you have a decent spectator mode.
Right.
It just doesn't work. So I hope they have
We'll
something.
see. Maybe not this year, but maybe by the next installment.
You think so?
See. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they could just rip off some of the code from a different game. God, EA's fucking humongous.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like they
probably.
should be able to do something.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know. I just feel like they need to do
We
that.
should have a demo coming out for that real soon, because the game comes out in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they usually do what, like a 2 weeks before demo?
2 to 1, yeah, 1
Yeah.
to 2. So what's today? Today's the 27th. That comes out on the 17th. That's like 3 weeks, right? Yeah, 3 weeks from today. So maybe next week or by the 10th, we should have a review or a demo. I
A
mean.
demo, yeah. I'll make sure. I'm assuming you'll download it. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, all right. I guess. There is.
Hyperkin Retron. Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about that. That actually.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It is pretty fucking cool, and it's not a bad price tag. Like the article I read on it, was like.
Well, this review right here.
Yeah, it was this one actually.
Basically, it's like if you took somebody that was the most hardcore classic console gamer and then had him do a review of this kind of thing, he's gonna nitpick it to fucking death.
Right.
And he did. He really. I felt like his the main things that he didn't like about it. Let's see, what was it? You have to take out the cartridge of the you can only have one cartridge at a time.
Right.
Which I'm assuming there's some sort of a cue inside of the thing where as soon as you put it in this thing and it's connected to this pins, it automatically turns on the ROM or the console for that specific game type. It'd probably get confused if you had a bunch of games in there.
Right.
So I'm assuming it was something they couldn't figure out. So they just made it so you couldn't do it.
Well, they might. I mean, it's going to be connected to a network. It has an operating system that you will be able to update. So you'll get regular updates.
Yeah, so
that's how consoles do nowadays.
They might do that then.
So.
I don't know. The fact that you can plug in original hardware.
Yeah.
For all the systems.
Original controllers.
And there's 2 spots for every single one.
Right.
Well, I guess between the NES, SNES, and Sega, I don't think you can do. I think those are the only 3 you can do. I don't think you can do because there's 11 things you can do in there.
The Game Boy, the Game Boy Advanced, and
yeah, but you can't hook up. There's no Game Boy thing, so I'm assuming you'd be doing regular.
Well,
NES.
I'm sure you could still use a regular Nintendo controller.
No.
I would hope, anyways.
What I'm saying is, obviously, you can't do original controller for everything, technically speaking, but close enough. And it looks cool. It upscales. The main problem, I don't know if we talked about this before. Have you ever played a like an NES on a newer TV.
Yeah,
It has about a 2-second delay, 1.5 second delay,
right.
and that's because the processor is trying to upscale it, and it can't do it fast enough.
Right.
So there's a huge delay.
Right.
Like with your remote, it's the same delay you'd have. It's just you're not trying to pause. I mean, unless you're really trying to get that boob specifically pause on that VHS tape, you have no
Right.
reason to really care about timing for that.
Right.
So this is going to fix that issue.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing, because who wants to use a fucking tube TV?
Right.
Sorry, who still has a tube TV?
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Not true.
It does come with a controller, a wireless controller, which is pretty cool. It's not necessarily the most standardized for
Is
any
that
of the old.
Is that a thumbstick?
Yeah. Which would be, it's kind of like using a NES Advantage or the old joysticks.
Right.
And they did have, I mean, there was actually an NES one that had something like that built into a gamepad, which I actually used quite a bit. It was really nice for like Tecmo Super Bowl and stuff.
Right.
You could really run around with Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Nice. But $140.
No, that's not bad at all.
No. I mean, considering most remakes where it's only just the NES and the Super NES
Right.
are like $60-$70.
Right.
And they're pretty terribly made usually, and I think this thing will hopefully stand a little bit of use. I don't know. I probably won't buy one, mainly because I don't have any cartridges anymore.
They're not hard to find.
They aren't, unless you're getting some of the more popular ones.
Right. If
Or
you're looking for something specific. But,
yeah. But
you know.
my brother Philip, he has quite a few retro ones because he still has the old consoles.
Right.
But they don't play very well
No,
anymore.
they just don't.
He has the updated pin thing for the NES, but he hasn't installed it because he doesn't know how to solder,
Right.
and he just hasn't paid someone to do it. But I don't know. I think it's pretty. Oh, NES Advantage right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll buy one, but it's really a cool step in the right direction.
Might ask for one for Christmas.
Well,
Yeah.
that'd be something pretty cool to have. To be honest, I'm gonna have a rule in my house where my son has to play old school games before he has access to anything else.
Right.
Like he has to play, like, I think I'm gonna have a checklist, like you have to play 3 seasons on Tecmo Super Bowl. You have to win. Without the 49ers, like super specific things. Must be Zelda: Link to the Past on the SNES.
Right.
Must play every single Mario Brothers, including 2, and beat them.
Yeah.
Just this fucking checklist before he can start playing new generation stuff. So I mean, I gotta get him. He has to understand what a hard game is before he plays the soft, weak shit they have these days.
Yeah.
We can save.
Right.
Although on the
that Retron,
you
you'll
will be able to save. But I'm assuming the only thing is we'll see if the original gaming community with those guys will allow that to be used for like records and stuff. As long as you didn't save. I don't know. They probably won't because you can save on it. Most of the time, emulators aren't. They don't count for records.
Right.
Because you can do other stuff to them. But I don't know. I guess we can go to the rumor stuff. Yeah.
Rumors.
Rumor meal. God, I need to. Eventually, I'm going to develop some sort of a sound cue for all of our different segments. Until then.
PlayStation 4's free PlayStation Plus game may be Pixel Junk Shooter Ultimate in June.
Yep, and also it's going to be, let's see what else is there. NBA 2K14 and Survival Horror Lone Survivor Director's Cut for the PlayStation 3 and the Dragon's Crown for the PlayStation Vita.
NBA 2K14 might be their free game next month. Is that what you're saying?
2K14 for the PS3.
For the PS3.
That and Lone Survivor Director's Cut. And then the Pixel Junkie Shooter Ultimates for the PS4, which that game's not even out yet. Right. So it's going to be like right when it releases, it's going to be free.
Wow.
Which is pretty weird. I don't understand. PlayStation must just be giving them a shit ton of money.
I guess, yeah.
Some sort of recoup cost. I don't know how they do that. And these aren't, obviously, it's a rumor.
They're playing to win.
Yeah, they are playing to win.
Microsoft, threw their hat in the ring and said, we give free games away too. But they're going to be old and shitty.
Yeah, they're going to be arcade titles, and they're not going to be... They're going to be 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
Dude, when Defense Grid Awakening was released, I was like, that is some bullshit. Because I had purchased that game a year before that on a sale because it had already been out for about a year. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Well, I think that's all we got. I guess.
That's all we got.
Jeez.
We blew through it.
Yeah, how long was that show?
45 minutes.
Jeez.
We transitioned well.
We did. We're getting way good at this.
Yeah.
Way good. We might be the best podcast on the planet.
Yes, we might be.
This was a triumph.
All right, yeah, I will. I'm gonna run out, pick up Watch
I'm
Dogs,
making a note here.
start playing.
Huge success.
I did challenge a buddy of mine with the iOS app today.
Oh, did you?
Companion app, yeah. It gave me a little tutorial, and I kind of understood what I was doing, but not fully. And he won, but I was getting him at the end there once I figured out what I was doing. I was like,
Nice.
that was kind of cool. We'll do that again later. So. it was
All right.
fun.
SC Sampson, Johnny525, timespentpoorly.com for all of our stuff. Yeah. See you guys next week.